Hello ladies and gentlemen, Small Green here, and we just got the list of all the new artifacts and their bonuses and what they exactly do. And in this video we're going to break them down and see how good or how bad some of them are, because there's some very good ones and there's some pretty terrible ones in here. And we did mention that the Rise of Krypton Soroid artifacts only effects are going to work for the whole team, so it's going to be the passive buffs that they would give, like the attack and the health. So they're going to work for the whole team now, just by having one you'll buff your whole team, but you'll not get the work of the other effects. The true question is, are those things going to stack up upon each other? Because if they're not going to stack up upon each other, then most likely you'll be better off by having one of the highest bonuses artifacts on one of the characters and then having tab on another character for the two bonuses to stack upon each other. But yeah, if they don't stack, like if you got three like Rise of Krypton artifacts and the health boost and the attack boost on them don't stack, then tab all the way to the last fight in Heroic and have a good artifact on our character. But yeah, with all that being said, let's get into it already. So first up we got the Kryptonite Spear. So all specials with combo above 20 are going to be unblockable and bypass special ability block. Special ability block pretty much means the thing when enemy does this, Epic Shield appears and you're going to not deal any damage to them and they'll reflect a bunch of damage towards you. Annoying things like we had against the Superman in normal raids and not in the Dark Sensor raids and against boss Wonder Woman. So that's definitely a pretty good stuff. Next up, the maximum number of combo that affect damage boost for special is going to be increased to 70 hits, resulting in 150 extra damage. That's insane, bro. That's insane over here. Like, we're going to get Silver Banshee special trees that are going to be all the way to 150 hit combo. But the problem I see with this is that it might not affect the whole team. So like you might need to have one, let's say on Reverse Flash and one on Silver Banshee. So that Silver Banshee can stack all the way to 70 hit combo, and that Silver Banshee, that Reverse Flash can stack all the way to 70 hit combo, and Silver Banshee can deal that 150% extra damage. Because I think you might need to have one of these on both of them in case it doesn't somehow weirdly apply to the whole team. Upon special use, you're going to heal 0.85% of your combo meter. This is going to be pretty good, like, it's going to be pretty good for NNC. I guess it's going to be good enough for you in raids and stories, though you don't really need that because of the passive huge health bonus that they give. But it's going to be a good free addition over there. But yeah, overall this artifact looks insane. Really looking forward to see how applicable and how usable the higher combo is going to be. By the way, it's going to have the highest attack and health bonuses in soul rates, that being 32k attack and 100k health. With that being said, let's move on to the next one. Boy oh boy, we got ourselves LEXCORP Warsuit. It's going to give you just a mild 100% chance to armor pierce on specials. That's going to be insane already. Next up, successful special attacks activate armor for 15 seconds that increase your defense by 50% and activates tenacity. That does not allow you to take debuff applied to the wearer. So first of all, the successful blocking of specials is going to give you a pretty decent chunk of defense, and at the same time the tenacity that does not allow you to get debuffed is going to be insane against stuff like boss slash Joker. Again, we're most likely going to encounter other things and more interesting things this soul raid, but I'm going to kind of talk about what we've seen previously because we can't know what specific bosses we'll see here. But the defense increase and the tenacity that it gives is going to be an insane bonus. Pretty much very useful in any fight. And you're going to receive a 1.5 damage boost for every 1% defense that the opponent has. And you're going to receive plus 150% extra health. Boy oh boy, have we found our new best artifact for King of Atlantis Aquaman when fighting Horrific Scarecrow? Have we found our next best artifact for Catwoman and Black Manta also fighting Scarecrow? Have we found our best new artifact for any character for that matter that's going to fight Horrific Scarecrow in normal raids? Also for Phase 2, this seems pretty damn decent for Phase 2 as well. But yeah, with all that being said, this seems like an amazing artifact. Again, this is just speculation, we don't know about them in action, but this might be one of the best artifacts in game right now, actually, or tomorrow when it gets introduced. And the Rise of Krypton only buff will be again the highest, same as the Kryptonite Spear, giving you 32k attack and 100k health. But yeah, with all being said, an amazing artifact. Let's move on to the next one. So, the Flashing Blade will give you plus 100% damage on basic attacks against each buff on the opponent. Again, in Arena NCA we'll have various uses, but we're not really looking forward to Arena NCA because those modes are pretty easy anyway. But what we're looking for is Raids and Swords, and in terms of that, what I'm thinking about is like... by the way, we'll totally murder opponents with tab in Arena NCA, but at the same time not many opponents have tab. But yeah, in terms of Raisin Swords, I'm thinking about like last left the Joker boss when you're fighting him. Like if the buffs count separately for each minion of his that dies, then you're going to have some insane damage on him. And at the same time, think about EGL with his shield, but at the same time it's not ideal if he gets the shield. Thinking, I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but the first thing that I'm thinking about is Last of Joker. You also gain heal on all basic attacks for 10 seconds each time the opponent receives a buff. So that's going to be again pretty useful. Like the only thing that comes to mind right now is the Last of Joker fight in Soul Raids, but if you guys think about anything more interesting and more broken than this, let me know down in the comments. And with all being said, it's going to have like the average bonuses for the Rise of Krypton artifacts. It's going to be 20k attack and 64k health. But with that being said, let's move on to the next artifact. Next up is going to be the Beta Club, and the Beta Club is going to apply dot with 500% damage, most likely of your swipe right attacks, whenever you do a swipe right attack, and it will be done over 15 seconds. And the opponent's power generation is going to be slowed by 50% when dot is active on them. Like, what comes to mind first of all is actually using this on a combo builder when you're using something in like phase 4 or against Darkseid, against boss Darkseid, in order to slow their power generation, so you have one additional safety net in case your power drain and things don't work. Like, this would be great on a combo builder for Black Adam or something if you want to have a safer fight. And at the same time, the question is, does the dot damage stack? Like, can you apply multiple dot damages with multiple swipe right attacks? Because if you can, and if those stacks, this might yield tons of damage, but if not, it's just going to be an average artifact. And in terms of the Soul Raid bonuses, like the Rise of Krypton bonuses, is going to give you 20k attack and 64k health. Again, the average ones, not the highest ones, not the lowest ones. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, now we have the Astro Hardness. So, upon wears or opponents stack in, it blasts an opponent with an Astro Force beam with 150% of the wearer's attack stat. I don't know if it's going to be total attack or base attack, and each time an opponent is KO'd by Astro Force Beam, this attack will get 100% damage boost. It's going to give you 300 reduction from basic attack damage, which is fine I guess, but it's not a huge bonus. And it will give some Rise of Krypton average bonuses, like 20k attack and 64k health. So in terms of the wearer stagging thing, I guess it's going to be alright. And each time you kill an opponent, damage boost is going to be activated. And yeah, this looks like a very fun artifact to use. I'm being honest, it looks like a very, very fun artifact to use. Might have some uses in some specific fights, but we'll see. But in terms of Raids and Stories, I don't really see this performing amazingly. But yeah, yet again, against Last of the Joker maybe or something like that, and you might just at some point just straight away knock out the minions as they tag in. But with that being said, other than that, I don't really see a use of it, and let's get to the next one. Okay, next up we have METALLO'S Power Source, and this is going to give you 100% chance to resist stuns and dot, gaining 3 power bars each time you resist them. And when blocking incoming specials, you're going to get 100% of the damage accumulated, and it's going to be dealt back to the opponent with the next special. And this is going to reset upon tag outs. So, first of all, and it's also going to give you average bonuses in terms of the Soul Raid bonuses. First of all, the 100% chance to resist dots and stuns and gaining like 3 power bars when resist happens. It's going to be, of course, useful in Arena and Champions Arena, but in Raising Swords, it's going to take a big dump on the Mega Rod. So previously you were using Mega Rod and sending like a little bit in the left corner and getting some power bars. Now you're going to be a total chat with this one, and you're going to push the opponent all the way to the right corner and use his dot damage to heal yourself. Talking of course about phase 3 fights and talking about fights in the Sword event that will have dot damages on the ground. And that's the thing that I really like about this specific artifact. Again, I don't find the part where you're going to receive damage equal to how much you block particularly useful, because ideally you don't really want to block attacks with your damage there, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see, maybe that's useful as well, but yeah, with all being said, this is a pretty decent one. Really looking forward to see this used, but yeah, let's get to the next one. Next up we're going to have the Kryptonite ring, and it's going to give you plus 25% power generation. And that's okay, I guess. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of power generation, I don't think it does that much for you. You're going to have a 100% chance on special to disable an opponent's special tree and super room for 7 seconds. Like, this is not... this does not seem good enough for it to make it on anything, I think. Like, the power generation, again, is not much. It's going to have the lowest... soul rate bonuses as well, going all the way down to 12k attack and 40k health bonus. Like 7 seconds is going to be enough of a disable only if you're using this on your active character. If you're taking in and out, you're going to have no chance to keep that thing disabled. At the same time, I don't really see this used in normal raids against phase 4 because you're going to be losing a lot of damage. I don't see this used on Silver Bench. Like, if this was a team-wide effect with having a guaranteed special tree disable and super move disable on any special tech, like, this could have been decent on the Silver Banshee team, but you're not going to put this on Silver Banshee at the very least in normal raids. Like in the soul raids, you might put this on Silver Banshee and actually equip one of the highest bonus artifacts to give you the passive bonuses. But we'll see how it goes. But other than that, I don't have much hope for this artifact. It's kind of lame, but it might be very good for Silver Banshee in Soul Raid, so we'll see. Okay, so next up we got the Kryptonian knife, and it's going to give you plus 35% critical attack chance on basic attacks and plus 100% critical attack damage on basic attacks. I got one quick question. Does this crit chance and crit damage stack on top of the ones that you already have in a way where you can bypass the limit that they have? If it does not stack on top of them so you can bypass the limit that you have, or if it's not like a different crit that stacks up on normal crit, then this artifact is total trash and most likely the worst artifact. But if it stacks upon it, then might be pretty good. We'll see. But all that being said, let's move on to the next one. Okay, now moving to the Kryptonite gloves, we got plus 25% damage reduction from blocking. That's not great. Like, when you're blocking, you're not going to be blocking a lot of the time, but I guess that's fine. And damage on basic attacks, swipe attacks, I guess this could be a decent bootleg artifact for phase 2, I guess. Because of the damage reduction upon blocking and the damage on basic attacks increase, but overall it's going to be just a lackluster artifact. Like, this is terrible. This literally, this and the Kryptonite knife, if the Kryptonite knife bonuses don't stack upon the normal crit and crit damage, are going to be the worst so far. And there you look simply like filler ones, so you can have higher chances of getting bad drops. But yeah, with that being said, it's also going to have the lowest soul rate only buffs. So yeah. Fat trip on that one. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so Kryptonite bullets are going to give you 100% chance to power drain 3 power bars on ranged attacks. Okay, and they're going to give you 75% special damage against opponents with less than 5 power bars. And again, horrendous Rise of Krypton bonuses. This is terrible. Like, ranged attacks are not really implemented well in the mechanic of the game, or they don't go well in the flow of the game, so you're not going to find yourself pretty much ever using it. And the damage increase is just equip a hard damage artifact. If they don't stack upon each other, equip an all blades. If they do stack with all blades, then equip all blades or something. Actually, if they don't. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. I don't think there's any situation where you find yourself using this. This is terrible. But yeah, with all that being said, those are all the new artifacts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We got some very good ones, we got some very interesting ones, but we got a lot of ones that feel like they are just fillers, so you can get chances to get worse ones. I don't know, like with the Apocalypse artifacts, it just felt like every single artifact, even though not all of them were so good, but every single one of them had a purpose. It just felt like every single one of them had a purpose, but with those one, I don't know, man. Some of them are very trash and they simply feel like filler artifacts. But yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Let's go, if you dislike it, and I'll see you all in the next one tomorrow. Can't wait to show you guys some solid content. And let's... I was gonna say let's get into it, but it's a goodbye, I guess. Bye!